So you said about delivery plan. Recently, I guess I've heard news and there was a big PR around it कि Raymond Realty has delivered a project 24 months prior to its real-time schedule and you had a really big launch. तो मतलब उसके पीछे की मेहनत क्या थी? Like वो thought आया कैसे टीम में कि ये कुछ अलग करना है? Because I guess that is literally a miracle thing happening.
You're right. I mean, you're talking about 10x Habitat, which we delivered 24 months before the RERA timeline. And the RERA timeline, these were 42-story towers with parking and amenities and clubhouse and all of that together. And the timeline for this project was about 4.5, 5 years. Which was committed time in line with what the industry timelines are. But we delivered it in 3 to 3.5 years time. So which is about 24 months before the RERA timeline. In fact, we got a certificate from RERA on that, which is a unique certificate. Nobody else can boast of a certificate like that. So RERA authorities themselves recognized us and they said this is something which needs to be repeated in the industry by many more players because this is what is required.
वही इतना रियल एस्टेट में पॉसिबल नहीं दिखा नहीं है मतलब कभी ये चीज.
See, I mean, the way we see it is that we set out to do something in this industry and not from the industry has actually helped us.
Yes.
So a lot of thoughts which came in from the manufacturing mindset to other industry practices that we brought in, even though the core team which is actually doing the execution is from the real estate industry. But the environment makes a very big difference. One example you will see is that there are certain regions in the country which are known for labor activism, and they are associated with not delivering the productivity that is being promised. But you take those people from that region and you put them in a high energy place like Bombay, that same person itself will behave very differently.
True.
Will deliver the productivity, will not result in labor activism. And it doesn't matter which part of the country he's from. I mean, there are 2-3 regions in the country which are known for labor activism in that sense. So same thing applies here also. So when you are put in the Raymond environment with the manufacturing mindset and the approach of the promoter and what we are trying to solve for in the industry. So what are we really trying to solve for? We are trying to solve for just 3 things. And those are the only 3 things that we are acutely focused on. Number 1 is that we want to deliver a quality product. Number 2 is we want to deliver on time or before time. And number 3 is we want to keep the customer service during the sales process, during the construction process, and even years after the delivery as one of the highest standards in any industry that you take. Now, these are the 3 things we are trying to solve for. And I don't think we have solved them yet, but it's always a journey. It's always a journey. But, you would tell me that these are hygiene conditions. Why are these things to be solved? It's a pity actually. In our industry, unfortunately, that's the case.
Yes.
Because, I don't want to belittle anybody, but that's how I have operated earlier. Project gets delayed by 6 months. It's considered on time or it's considered अरे बहुत जल्दी दे दिया. Because the usual delays are 2 years, 4 years, something like that. So we said, okay, let's solve this. So what if it's hygiene? The customer deserves this. They expect it. This is the largest ticket purchase that they will ever make in their life. And it's a very emotional buy. And if we are able to address these 3 things, we are meeting all their emotional needs. They will feel happy about it and they will feel vindicated about making this large financial decision and a commitment.
Yes.
And if we are able to solve this, then what could be better? And like one of these 3 things was timely delivery or before time delivery. So our first project, we took it as a pilot project and say, okay, इसमें अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? What are the things? What are the nuts? And let's break it down. Why do projects get delayed? So, Charlie Munger, you would have heard of Charlie Munger, has this principle called inversion. So where you invert something and then you look at it from the opposite side. So we said, okay, let's use inversion here. and we held a workshop and said, why will this project not be delivered on time?
Okay.
So everybody was to come up with ideas, and there was a prize for that. That who will come up with the best idea why this project will fail or not be delivered in time. So we listed down everything possible, and once we were satisfied that we've done a fairly good job of making sure that this project will not be delivered on time
Yes.
and this will fail, then the next workshop was how do we mitigate all this.
Okay. Proper एकदम planning हुई आपके यहाँ से.
Yeah, so once we knew what were the mitigating factors, at the end of it, it boiled down to just 2-3 critical factors. It wasn't, while we had a laundry list, and when you start to think why something will fail, everything under the sun can make it fail, right?
True.
So you go
Real
down
estate में
to
common है वो तो.
you go down to earthquake, to flood, to every natural calamity, to people not performing, to everything under the sun you can list down, right?
Yes.
But when you try and aggregate and bucket them, and then you come down to the core of it, at the end of the day, it's just 3-4 or maybe 2 or 3 things which will delay a project. First thing is very clearly poor planning if you have done. That could delay a
Yes.
project. Second is if you don't give decisions on time. That could delay a project. Third thing is that your funding is not done properly. That could delay a project. And the fourth thing, which I think most people miss and which is a problem in our industry, is over optimization by developers. थोड़ा 20,000 फुट FSI ज़्यादा दिखता है तो लगता है कि यार इसको कैपिटलाइज कैसे भी करना ही है, and then you go into a spiral. Then you're revising plans, you're revising approvals, and God knows what all you're doing. You will try and do all kinds of yoga.
True.
You will stand on your head, you will, put yourself in knots, try to over-optimize that small part of it. So we said, okay, these are the 4 things we must take care of. And in terms of funding, we said, let's go down to even our contractors and service providers' financials. How are they managing their cash flow? How are they managing their working capital? Okay, we
Yes.
do a good job managing our working capital. But if my contractor doesn't manage his working capital properly, there could be a delay there also.
100%.
We sat down and we did planning over there also. And now that has become part of our SOPs, that this is something we have to do for every project. And
Finally, then you made it.
so we the first 3 towers we delivered in 24 months before RERA timeline. Then we delivered 2 more towers, which was also 18 months before RERA timelines.
Okay.
Then we have just delivered more towers. That is also before time. In December, we are delivering another project, which is our first address by GS here in Thane itself. That will also be, it will actually be almost again 2 years ahead of RERA timelines. But we are not, taking a longer period as commitment and then showing that. We are taking the industry norm, because if I do that, फिर मेरा माल नहीं बिकेगा. Nobody will
बराबर
buy
है.
from me. I say 7 years and deliver in 5 years, but if the industry, everybody is saying 5 years, I can't say 7 years. So it is in line with any industry that we are promising, but we are going down to the brass tacks. And like I said, we are trying to solve for all 3 things, which is the quality product, timely delivery, and customer service. So we are acutely customer focused. See, in our industry, the developers are principally developer focused, and it's only when it serves their own need they show some focus on the customer. But that's what we have chosen to change in the market. And I'm not saying all developers are like that, but principally, if you see the behavior in the past has been, it's changing. But yeah, what we are trying to do is stay acutely customer focused. We are a secondary purpose, and we believe that's how we'll be able to build a brand over a longer period of time, because we want to be in business for the next 50, 100 years for real estate.